Hey y'all, welcome back to Island Vibe Cooking. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make some crispy fried fish. So I asked you guys on a poll the other day what type of video you guys wanted to see, and you guys picked fish. So fish is the winner. So today I'll be showing you guys how to make some crispy, some delicious fried fish. And no, I am not using cornmeal. This method works perfect. So I am going to show you guys this method to achieve the perfect crispy fried fish every time. So if you want to see it, keep on watching. Without further ado, let's make it. Okay guys, I just finished cleaning my fish. I put them onto this napkin so it can kind of dry up the fish a little bit. By the way, I am using tilapia, so what I am going to do is place them on this plate right here, and you want your fish to be as dry as possible. Now it's time for me to season my fish. You can use whatever seasoning you want, but to start I am going to season it with a little bit of salt. Well, not season, I am going to add a little bit of salt on there. Like I said, you can use whatever seasoning you're comfortable with. You do not have to use the same seasoning that I use, but you can if you want, okay? Usually people just use salt and pepper, but I am sorry, I have to actually add seasoning to my fish. So I am just going to well season my fish. So I added my salt. Now I added a little bit of cayenne pepper just to give it some kick. Next, I will be adding some creole seasoning. Of course, I love creole seasoning, so I am going to add that on there. Whatever you do on one side, be sure to flip it over and do it for the other side. Now I am going to add pepper. I add a little bit too much on this side, but that's okay. We can just rub it off a little bit. Now just make sure you flip it over, add more pepper. Now we're done seasoning the fish. Put that away. We're going to use 1 cup of plain flour. It is all-purpose flour. Now what I am going to do is place my fish onto this flour, just like so. And make sure you remove or shake off the excess flour. You need to get rid of the flour as much as possible. You just want a very thin coat of the flour so it can be as dry as possible. Like I said, make sure you shake it off really good. Now I am going to do the same thing for the other tilapia. And you can use whatever fish you want, like I said in the beginning. Make sure you shake it off. All right, now you see how it's nice and thin. It's nothing too thick, okay? You want the flour to look just like that on your fish. Now, while I am waiting, I am about to make my batter to fry the fish. I am going to pour some oil on this skillet here, or frying pan, whatever this is. So just add your oil. You can deep fry your fish, but I didn't want to add that much oil because I throw away the oil after I was done. I didn't want to waste it, so I add a little bit. Now what we're going to do is sift our flour. I am using a whole nother cup of flour. The other one that I use, it's on the side. And of course I am going to season that flour. I added a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of paprika, as well as some creole seasoning. And this is the trick, I added about a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay? Baking powder is the trick. Yes, ma'am. So just add that in there, and then we're going to sift this flour up so the batter doesn't have any lumps. Okay? Now we're going to add our water. Do not add your water all at once. Add it little by little, so you know if you need to add more, you can add more. Okay? So I am just going to add it little by little. Now once your batter looks something like this, once you kind of like pull up the whisk a little bit, it's not breaking, that means your batter is nice and ready. Now I am going to place my fish in there, and then I'll be sure to remove or shake off the excess batter. You don't want too much batter on there. Make sure you shake it off really good. And then the flour that I used earlier, that's the flour that I am going to use again. Just place your fish on that plain flour. That's my phone. Sorry, guys. And make sure you get the flour all over the fish. And again, you have to make sure you remove or shake. I don't know why I kept saying remove, but make sure you remove the excess flour, and then we're going to fry it. This temperature is about 350. We're going to fry the fish for about 3 to 6 minutes. Some fish are thicker than others, but we're going to fry it from 3 to 6 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. You know, fish doesn't really take a long time to cook, so we're just going to let it cook. Once it's nice and look at that flakiness coming to this fish, honey. Look at that. Do you see this? Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not the only one who saw it. Okay, once it's nice and golden brown, honey, this is how it's supposed to look. Okay? Nice and crispy. Okay, once that is done, we're going to place it onto a napkin, and then I'll be doing the same thing for the other tilapia. Basically the same step, nothing different, just the exact same step that I did earlier, but I wanted to show you guys how it's done, of course. For those in the back, I'm kidding. Once you add your flour, shake off the excess flour, put it back in the oil, okay? Just like so. Let it fry for about 3 to 6 minutes, and then it should be ready. Make sure you flip it over, of course, and then your fish should be ready. And again, look at those flaky textures on the fish, you guys. This is just, it looks so crispy already. Doesn't it look crispy? And you gotta eat it right away because it's gonna get soggy if you just let it sit there. For my tartar sauce, it was basically regular. It's mayo, lime juice with some sour cream, nothing major. And of course I added a few dashes of hot sauce on that fish, honey. This is it. I really truly hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up for me, and also leave your suggestion down below or comment down below for me, and I will see you guys very soon or tomorrow in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Subscribe.